Hey guys, welcome to Imantix AI Academy. Today we'll be starting a new series. It's basically our how-to series where we'll be discussing how to use AI to do various things. The first aspect, the first subsection of the series that we will be starting off with today is how to create your own agents. So we'll be building our own agents as part of this series, and we do plan to build a few. The first agent that we'll be building is a stock trading agent. Now, uh, so we'll first set the ground rules. What are we trying to achieve? What is this series about? How are we going to build out this agent? Do I need to be an expert in finance? Do I need to be a software developer to follow this series and all of that? So let's start with that. First, the series, what we are trying to do or achieve through the series is trying to highlight that we can use AI to build things without having to know how it is built. So this entire series, how we'll be developing it is using something called agentic development. Agentic development is also called vibe coding in a more informal sense. Is basically using AI to build applications which can be built out without someone knowing or having a lot of information on how to build software. So I may not know software development, I may not know programming, but I can still use AI to build applications for myself. And that's the approach that we'll be taking in this series. That we'll be using agentic development. We'll be using tools where we will treat the AI platform as an independent software developer, someone to whom we'll explain our requirements, and the AI platform will go ahead and build the software or the application for us. Um, so that's something we plan to use. We'll be using agentic development for building this tool out. Now there are several agents that we can use. So an agent, you can think of an agent as an agency that we hire to do our work. So for example, I want to build some application for my personal use. I want to build something for my company or for my household, and I want something a software built out. So I would go and engage a software company. I would talk to them. I would get explain my requirements to them, and they would come back to me with a solution, a quotation. It will cost you so much. It'll take so much time, and then we would finalize the deal and we'll go ahead and build it out. That's how you would normally do it. What we are going to do here is we'll be treating the AI platform as our software company to whom we tell this is what we want to create, and yeah, we hire this software company at a very cheap rate. We'll be using the agent from OpenAI. To use this particular agent, what we would need in essence is, um, I think you can build it with the free subscription OpenAI, but I would still recommend if you take the paid subscription. So you can take a paid subscription from OpenAI. They offer a couple of plans. There is one plan where they're offering a $5 subscription, and there's another where they give you a $10 subscription. So you can try with either of them. Maybe the $5 subscription would take a little bit longer to build out this platform. What I'm using here is the Pro subscription, which is $20. Uh, but yeah, but you can even do it with the free version. To the best of my knowledge, you can use this particular agent that we'll be using in our video today is available even on the free plan. Okay, so that's on the side of the agents. Now, while we'll be building this particular application, the stock trading agent, and although we are calling it an agent, it's a bit of a misnomer because in the world of AI, in machine learning, there have been various forms of artificial intelligence which have grown over time. So there was a time where a simple conditional rules-based system was also called artificial intelligence, but things have changed today. Um, this stock trading agent, although we are calling it agent, is going to be rules based. It is going to be based on certain rules. It will buy and sell stock or shares in equity, on the basis of those rules. It will not be using AI within the agent itself. And the reason for that is something called determinism. So determinism, uh, determinism basically would mean that how predictable are the responses from a particular system. So a deterministic system is something like a mathematical formula, say 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 in any part of the world. You may run it today, you may run it tomorrow, you may run it years later. It'll always be equal to 2. So this is called a deterministic function, where whenever you give it the same input, you will always get the same output. So you're guaranteed for a given set of input, you will always get the same output. AI, on the other hand, is not deterministic. So in the world of AI, it is called a non-deterministic function. And the reason it is called non-deterministic is because whenever you're using AI and you give it a particular prompt, so you may not get the same response for a given prompt. So a prompt will result in a response, but the response that you get from an AI system is not guaranteed to be the same. And that's part of its charm. That's part of why we like to use AI systems. That when you're writing, when you're composing something, it is nice that it gives you unique answers all the time. But at the same time, when you get into a very precise field like stock trading or equity markets or finance, where you want the output to be very, very precise, and you want that if you're defining a rule that we want to buy at a particular trigger, we want AI to follow it exactly, and we don't want it to come up with some changes to our rules and systems that we have approved. In that case, we would want the final tool to be deterministic. We don't want to use something where our results could change based on how AI interprets our question or our input prompt. So that's something we are trying to avoid. And so the stock trading agent that we'll be building, it will be built using an agent that's called a software development agent, a coding agent. But the agent itself will be based on a set of rules, and those rules will decide how the trading will happen and all that. So let's get into some aspect of how what do you need to get this up and running, the base environment that you need to set up that would allow you to run this particular agent. And we'll be using a couple of tools. Essentially, one tool which we'll be using from Microsoft is called Visual Studio Code. And what you could do is just head over to Google. You search for you can search for VS Code, Visual Studio Code, or VS Code for short. And when you search for this, the first website that you get, it allows you to download this tool. Now this is a code editor, and for the agent I'll be using, we don't exactly need a code editor, but it is a nice to have because we can see what kind of data it is generating, what is it downloading from the internet. We wanted to download some information, we wanted to create some output, and it allows us to, in a way, supervise what's happening in a very broad sense. So it's a nice tool. We can so if you head over to this website VS Code, you can download this application for your machine. That's the first tool that we would need. The second tool that we would need is we would need Node.js. Our particular agent that we'll be using, it uses Node.js. So we'll head over and you just search in Google for the word Node.js. It's basically the first website that will come up. You can install the Node.js application from this link, and you'll get Node.js. So that's the second aspect of the prerequisites or what we want to set up. The third thing we would need is Python. So the reason why you would need Python is because AI defaults to using Python for most of the code that it generates. So we don't want to sit and decide for it that you can do this, you cannot do this. We will just allow it to generate whatever code it wants to generate. So just you just install Python in advance, because normally AI will just use Python for its code generation. And finally, we will head over to the website from where we can download this agent that we're going to be using for this demo. The agent we'll be using is called Codex. It's from OpenAI. OpenAI is the same company that creates ChatGPT.com. So we'll just say Google. We search for OpenAI Codex. When you search for it, the first website that comes up is OpenAI's website itself, where they provide the tool and everything. But we'll head over to the GitHub link, and on the GitHub link, if you scroll down, you'll see the command to install Codex right up here. And this is why we installed Node.js, because this command is a Node.js command. It allows you to install tools on your laptop or your PC. So now, if you have done the 3 steps, you install VS Code, you install Node.js, you install Python, and you have so to run this command, you just need to start terminal. Just start a command prompt, and just paste this command in, and you press enter, and it should install the tool for you. So I already have it installed. I'm not doing it again, but just to be clear on how this would get installed. So now once everything is set, you have all of these tools set up. We would want to have a working space where we would create the agent, let the agent do its work, let it download content, create files, and basically it's scratch pad. Basically, that's what it's gonna do. So for that, what we do is we head over to VS Code. Once you have it downloaded, VS Code looks something like this, and we would want to open a folder. So you'll say File, Open Folder, and you need to create a folder where VS Code can do its thing. Our Codex agent can do its thing. So you just create a folder. Say for example. Once you have created and you open the folder, so the folder I've created and I've opened here is the stock, a folder called stock trading agent. You can create any folder you want, but basically this is the place where everything will happen. All the files that we generate, all the code that we create, all everything will remain here, and this is where the actual agent will run from. Even the bot, which will do the trades on the stock market, everything, it'll run from here. So we recommend you create a folder. And once the folder is created, we'll also need to do one more step, which is basically initialize Codex. So I would go into, so what I would do is go into the terminal. To go to the terminal, just click on terminal from the menu bar, say new terminal. It opens up a terminal for you. And from here, we type Codex, which is the name of the agent. And we execute it. You see this animation comes up. It asks you to log in with your ChatGPT account. We press enter. This will take us to chatgpt.com, and it'll ask us to log in. So I'll log in with my Google credentials in this case. Yeah. So we log in, we click on the continue button, it logs us in. We are logged into Codex. And now when we go back, as you can see, it says welcome to Codex, OpenAI's command line coding agent. It says, it essentially says you just press enter to continue. Let me just make this a bit bigger. Yeah, so it says before you start, just decide how much autonomy you want to give it. So I'll press enter. Now it asks me a question. The question it asks is, do I want to allow Codex to work in this folder without asking for approval? Or do I want to approve every change Codex is going to do in this folder? So basically, when you're working with agent, this is one of the risk aspects of working with an agent. An agent has, it can do things. It can access your PC. It can download content from the internet. It can do various things. So there are these layers of checks and balances to ensure it doesn't do something harmful to your PC or to your machine. So what happens here is they are asking us whether we want to give it full access to this folder. This becomes like a sandbox in which the agent can operate without us hand-holding it all the way. And that's what we would want. We don't want to approve each and everything the agent does, but at the same time, we want a layer of security that it doesn't go out and mess up my system files or my personal data. So I would allow it to work in this particular folder, and it can do whatever it wants in this folder. Great. So we see a screen, we see Codex, some basic information about the model that's going to be used, the folder in which it is going to have access, and it gives us some commands. The commands are accessible by pressing the front slash. And if you press the front slash, you can see a list of commands which are available. And in this list, we would go to first the model, so that we can choose the model that we want to use for our work. Now, we have a separate video where we discuss models and what they're good for and their strengths and generally what are models and all that. For now, we'll just pick GPT-5. GPT-5 is a flagship model of OpenAI. It is their best model that they have right now. And we'll use Codex. Codex is the model that OpenAI has. It's a slight confusing name nomenclature, but Codex is also the name of their model. Codex is also the agent that we are using for building this application out. But in the context of GPT-5, Codex is their model which is optimized for software development. So we will pick up GPT-5 Codex, and then you have the low, medium, high. That's how much thinking budget you want to allocate. Since we are using our subscription, we would go with high, the best possible thinking budget possible. So we'll choose GPT-5 Codex High for this example. And we have the agent set up, we have our VS Code set up, and we are good to start on the actual building of the agent. But now, so look at it this way, that what we have done till now, we have engaged a software development agency, and they're going to build some software for us. But now we need to come back and think, what is it that we want to build, right? We should, so the objective here is, through this series, we want to enable or empower people who have business knowledge. They know what they want, but they don't have software development knowledge. They don't know how to get it done. So these people can build their own tools, build their own utilities, build their own agents in this case. Let's go back and think, what is it that we want to build? Okay, so we'll go back to our drawing board. And let's be clear on what we want to build. So we want to build a stock trading agent. And in general, how does stock trading work? What do we expect from this particular agent? And what do we want it to do? So stock trading basically would be, what we expect a stock trading agent to do is basically we expect it to do algorithmic trading. So it's called algo trading. This is like automated trading where we have a bot which will buy and sell shares based on certain rules. These rules are called a strategy, and we'll come to that in a couple of minutes. So firstly, we want to build something which is optimized for algo trading, and we want to do, so to do algo trading, you need an algorithm, you need a strategy. So now what strategy do we want to use to build out this particular trading agent? So again, what we are doing here is purely for educational purposes. We are not generating financial advice. We are not, creating a millisecond level algorithmic trading bot over here. We are just showing how to create an agent, and the fact that it's not as difficult as you would have thought. We are simplifying the entire process to make it easier for people who have knowledge of things that they want to do. And they can use AI to build these tools. So the strategy we'll use is something extremely simple. It's basically going to be that buy a share if it goes up 2 days in a row, right? And sell a share if it goes down 2 days in a row. Okay, this is a strategy. It's a very simplified version of the momentum strategy. So you're looking at momentum. So to explain this better, we'll look at a website which shows us information. So in our case, let's go to Upstocks. You can look at Yahoo Finance. You can look at many other websites. We are using Upstocks. Upstocks is a website which allows you to do trading in the Indian for the Indian market, for the Indian stock market. You can use Upstocks for trading, and you can just create a free account. They don't charge you to create an account over here. There are some initial steps where you need to verify your identity using your Aadhaar card or your your official documents. But it's all online. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to submit your documents. It's completely online, and you can just create an account on this website. And once the process is done, they'll give you the login credentials, and you can log in. So in our case, say we log into Upstocks, we can pick up one of the shares. This is just to explain what we are talking about from the aspect of strategy. Now, as you can see, we are seeing the data for this. The company we selected is Reliance, and we are seeing the data for Reliance on a daily basis for the period of a month approximately. And now this chart may look a bit intimidating. It's got a lot of information. It's got these candle bars, and we are not going to get into details of how stock trading is done. We'll just try to just learn how much we need without going into all these extra information and details. Now, the first thing we see here is that we are seeing a chart, and this chart can be, you can look at the trading, the price chart of a company at various, at various granularities. Our strategy is a daily strategy, so we are going to be looking at it at from a 1 day perspective. So we'll look at it 1 day. The data we want to see is 1 day at a time, and we are going to so it can you can zoom in or zoom out to a month, a year, or more than a year, but we are going to just zoom in to a month so that we can see the data for 1 month. Now, what is our strategy? Now, what are these bars, and what are these colors? So in general, green color on this bar, on this chart, means that at the end of the day, from the beginning to the end, the stock went up in price, and a red bar means it dropped in price. So a green bar means when it went up, and a red bar means it went down. Now you look back at our strategy. Our strategy was, if it goes up 2 days in a row, we buy, and if it goes down 2 days in a row, we sell. That was our strategy. So that means I need to look for two green bars which are one after the other. So I see a green bar here, a green bar here. Then I don't care about the third bar, the color of the third bar. I would just buy, right? So when I have a green bar here, a green bar here, and I look at the third item, what we are looking at is the opening price. That is the price at which trading starts. So we'll buy it at 1371.80. That's the price at which we'll buy the share. Say we were running our bot, our agent, and it ran on the 4th of September. So when it ran on the 4th of September, it looked at the history. It saw that this particular share that we are observing, Reliance, went up 2 days in a row. It went up on the 2nd, it went up on the 3rd, and on the 4th of September, we had already decided we are going to buy. So we don't care about the price on the 4th, we'll buy. So it's basically, we'll buy this at 1371.80. That's the price at which we'll buy the share. And then our sales strategy is, again, very simple. We just look for two red bars in a row. Now this is a single red bar, then we have green, so we're not going to sell. Now we see another red bar followed by a red bar. That means on the third day we are going to sell. We don't care what is the price. So what is the bar on the third day? So we're going to sell on this day. So that's basically we'll be selling at 1383.90. So you made a small there was a small gain. I mean, it could easily be a loss. This is a very simple strategy. Please don't try it at home. I mean, please don't try it for actual financial dealing. The strategy is extremely, extremely simple. You can always consult, experienced financial traders on better strategies. There are many strategies available online for your own use. This one is extremely simple. We are just using it for demonstrative purposes. So coincidentally, for the company that we have chosen, our strategy is returning some kind of positive returns, but it's not guaranteed to do that. We will come to how to test this strategy in the next video. We'll get into details on how we can test whether the strategy that we have chosen is working effectively or not. But yeah, So this is basically about the strategy that we're going to be using in this example. It's a simple momentum strategy. Buy if a share goes up twice in a row, sell if it goes down twice in a row. And that's it for the first video. We will stop here, and in the next video, we'll get into details on the actual implementation of this particular agent. Thank you.